What? Why is it still so soft and tacky? Hi everybody! It was a sale on AliExpress and I bought so many things on the Bornpretty store. So here you can see all the items, and in the end of the video I'm going to show them to you in close-up if you want to know about that. Of course, this is the video about the dipping system, but first take a look at the Love Gary gel polish. After 2 to 3 weeks it's still on there perfect. The outgrow is noticeable of course, but I really love it. To prep my nails, I always apply a cuticle remover first. If you have Live Pro nails, try a cuticle remover. It can really change your game by getting rid of all the true cuticle on your nail plate. That can be a layer between your nail plate and the product you want there to stick on instead of lifting. Because I already filed down my nails, I am using a very thin file, 240 grit. This is, I think, to get rid of all the hooks that sometimes are on your natural nails after filing. So don't skip this step because this really prevents ugly hooks after the application. I am using the nail prep from the Cuccio dipping system because I still have a lot of that, so I didn't buy a bond from Bornpretty, and I'm applying it on the nail plate to dehydrate. I already removed some dust with a acetone alcohol solution, so this is really to prep it for application. I am using a gel-like dipping powder from AliExpress on all my nails, and on my ring finger I'm going to use a Bornpretty glitter nail powder. So I am using the combination Base and Top. I've never tried it. For me it looks like, well, nail glue, nail tip glue, just resin, because, well, that's basically what a dipping powder system is. The Cuccio Pro system from the dipping line, they have a base and top and a layering resin, and the layering resin is a bit thicker. This feels pretty thin. It's okay. I really like the brush. It's easy to work with. And now I'm dipping it into the jars. I think the dipping jars are big enough, especially for home use. Ooh, that didn't go that smooth, but it's glitter, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, I think that the jars are big enough. I saw some complaints of people saying that it's too small, but when you are using it just for yourself, well, this is perfect. For me, dipping powders are not really a salon service to offer. It's more something you can do at home. And why would you need a very big jar of dipping powder? Because it's a really small amount you're using. And if you have trouble with the dipping because it spoils, well, of course, you can use something to, like a spoon, to just pour it over your nail plate if you prefer it. I still love the dipping method. For me, that gives a more clean result. It gives a more even layer. So here I'm dipping it in the gel-like dipping powder, or the EC Cosmetics. I think that's the same brand. It's from the same store. I'll put a link down below. And what I already noticed, and it's hard to tell because of course in the Bornpretty dipping powder there are some glitters in there as well, but I feel that the resin really soaks up the gel-like dipping powder, and the Bornpretty powder, it takes a bit longer for some reason, so it's not very fast in curing. So also when I am applying the second layer, you always have to wait a minute or so for the dipping powder to really set into the resin. But with all the other systems from EC Cosmetics, the gel-like, but also from the Cuccio, after a minute it was already dry enough to use your brush to get rid of any excess powder. When I tried that with this, it was not fully dried yet, so that was really hard. I think you have to wait a bit longer. So don't do it too fast because your brush will get a lot of build up resin in there. So use a very gentle touch. Don't press it because this base and top doesn't cure fast, like I'm saying. And then you apply your second layer, and after that you're dipping it into the jar. With a dipping system, you never just apply the resin on all your nails and then dipping, because when you are dipping, the other nails will dry up and then you don't have enough resin for the product to stick into. So put it on one finger, then dip it in, put it on the next finger, then dip it in, and so you continue. So after your second dip, the Bornpretty instructions say you should wait a bit and then you will apply the activator. When I was doing the swatches, I did so. So I did 2 layers of dipping, and after that I was trying the activator and nothing happened. It didn't cure my product at all. It didn't cure it faster. I waited so long and glitters were everywhere. It stayed tacky. So let me show you. With the silver one, I'm going to apply the Activator by Bornpretty. And on the other one, the black one, I'm going to use another activator. Luckily, I still had one, the activator from the Cuccio Pro dipping system. And I was like, okay, maybe this will work. And I can show you the difference, because when you are done curing, or if you want to know if a product is cured, you can tap it with a metal cuticle pusher or a nail art stick to really look for the clicking noise. If you hear a clicking noise, you know it's fully cured. Scrape it with my cuticle pusher. It is rock hard, and also when I'm using my buffer file, I can work it easily. This is how you want it to be. Now with the silver one, it's a different story. I even left it a bit longer, but as you can see, it's still super soft. You scrape the product off right away, so the activator didn't do anything. And like I said, I'm lucky I have an activator from a different brand, so I can still use this base and top. But when you just buy the Bornpretty store and you get these products, well, you won't be able to use it, or maybe you have to wait very long. So that's why I'm going to use the Cuccio Pro activator for my next steps. And what I'm also going to do, I'm going to finish off with a last layer of the base and top coat. So I am using that first, and then I'm going to apply the activator, especially when you're using glitters. I think that's a more nice way. Don't file as much into the glitters. So there you could see how soft the product still is without any activator. So the activator from Cuccio really does the trick here. So here's my final coat. I think that the way you should use this is first apply the activator now, then you buff it, and then you apply this more as a top coat, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong and if I should use it a different way, but I prefer to do it like this. In the Cuccio system, you also use a final layer of the base and top, and after that you are using the activator to cure all the resin layers. And for me this works best, and it also gives a bit more strength to it. And again, I'm using the activator from Cuccio Pro and not the Bornpretty activator, because it didn't do anything. Maybe it's the batch I received. Maybe if you have used this product and it works for you, please let me know, because I think it's good for people to know. I already emailed the seller, the Bornpretty store on AliExpress, to ask them how this is possible, if it's meant to be curing this slow. So if I got a reply, I will add it into the description box of this video. Putting a wipe here so I can clean my brush after every application. I saw this in a video by Young Nails. I'm not sure if it's really important to keep the activator brush nice and clean, But like I said, I saw it in their videos and it kind of makes sense not to contaminate the activator with some glue residue. And here you can see what it looks like without filing, and that's what I really like about a dipping system. It's super strong, but it gives you the smooth finish of a gel polish, and by buffing it you make it perfect all along. So yeah, don't buff it with a really soft buffer because then your top coat won't adhere. I am using the Love Carry tempered top coat. It has a super high shine, really guys, insane. And it gave me so much strength in the last few weeks. Well, not emotional strength, but I think you know what I mean. It was so strong and super shiny. I butchered my nails, but they stayed on so good, and the shine was amazing as well. Most of the time the shine is what I lose right away because I'm using my hands a lot in the garden, in my household with my children, so a lot of scratches come on my nails. But with this top coat I definitely noticed a difference. So let's take a look at the final result. I think it looks pretty good. I kept it really clean and simple and nice because I needed my nails to be a bit shorter for my work, and I think this is a nice look, a little subtle, not too insane, and a really nice way to check out the system. Well, like I said, for me the activator didn't work, so I really hope to get an answer from the store, and I will keep you updated about that. So the last part of my video, for who's interested, are the other products I bought on the Bornpretty store on AliExpress. I will put the links in the description box. I've got this beautiful, well, what are they? Shapes, I think. Glitter shapes you can apply on a nail. I think they look so gorgeous, and I think you can make really good designs with them. These are the dipping powders. It came in the set with the base and the activator. And well, that's something I'm curious about. Does someone of you have the other system from Bornpretty? So not the base and the activator, but a base and a top, so separate, because I think it gotta be the same product, right? So here are stamping gels from Bornpretty, really gorgeous. I will do a video on that. A peel of base coat, which is gel, I didn't know that, and also a quick builder gel in a bottle. I was really curious about this. I think it's more like a face gel, how we call it here. So you can use layers to build your nail. And well, I thought it looked so cute, and maybe it's a good thing to do a video about. And here is also a stamping metallic polish. I already opened it off camera, so it's so gorgeous. I really hope that it works. And to show you the dipping powders, I can't peel it off. That really annoys me. So I am using my cuticle pusher to create a hole and to really get rid of the protection. And ooh, look at that. It's so gorgeous. Of course you saw it in the swatches already, how they look. And this is how they look in the jar. That's something to keep in mind with dipping powders. In the jar they always look different than when you swatch it. So swatch it before you put it on your nails. So this was my entire video. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.